Ask Tom on Home Show.
James from Lukenbach, Texas, has a smoky situation he wants to talk about.
And it doesn't involve Waylon, Willie, and the boys either, Tom.
Too bad.
That's right. It's his friend's new built home fireplace. Say that 3 times fast. James writes to us, whenever she has it lit, smoke comes out of the front and ends up turning the wall black. Should there be a minimum space from the opening to the back wall, Tom, to make the smoke channel out of the chimney? She was told she needs to keep a window cracked. And I don't understand that method in a new built home. And she wants to get this corrected clearly before the next cold season comes. So what's your advice?
Well, a fireplace doesn't catch the smoke and it goes up. It draws. So with a draw, air goes up and moves the smoke out. I mean, that's how it works. Hot air rises. And so what happens is if you have a really tight home and there's no fresh air coming in, you know what? It's not going to draw. So it's going to sit and it's just going to, like anywhere else, it's going to just migrate into the home and go wherever it can because nothing's pulling it up the chimney. So one of two things can happen, and you might have to do both. Opening a window, if your house is really tight, and on a new home, they're super tight compared to the older homes, you need to have air coming in. And so cracking a window, at least when you get to light it and get it moving and get it working right, then sometimes you can close the window down, although I would recommend you leaving it cracked anyway, just for the fresh air to come in to feed it. That usually helps a lot. The other thing is most new homes have fireplace inserts. It looks like a great, beautiful fireplace, but it's a metal box insert with a metal flue, and it's not your typical masonry fireplace, which this wouldn't work on, but what I'm about to tell you will work on an insert with a metal flue. And that is take a long piece of newspaper, wad it up, light the end, and put it up inside and get the smoke moving, heat the flue up because that metal gets so cold, air is dropping. It's dropping down in there, so you got to start the flow up. And once you do that for about a minute or so and you crack a window, light the fire, it should start the draw. Once you get the draw started, it usually takes off from there and you'll be fine on a insert fireplace. It's just getting that cold flue warm and getting the air going up. And really good, efficient fireplaces for areas up north where they have to worry about cracking a window. In Lukenbach, Texas, or Houston, Texas, or anywhere else, when it gets cold, cracking a window is not a big deal. But if you go into a really cold climate where they seal it up so tight, they'll actually put fresh air intakes into the fireplace. So it takes it from the outside and it goes right up the flue, but it doesn't get into the home and make the home, uncomfortable because it's so cold outside. So that usually is not used, although it's usually an option for most inserts, but they're not put in and installed on new fireplaces in the Texas area because it's just not that critical.
What do you want to bet that she's got foam insulation in that house? And that's why.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's tight as can be. People are just packing them up. You're living in igloos. And I can go down the health reasons why we put fresh air returns in air conditioning systems, how your body has to have oxygen, how you don't want to live in a room that doesn't get 5 air exchanges an hour of fresh air because your body, you're a human being. You're not a beer can. So be careful with that.
There used to be a guy over on 71, which is a road that connects Houston, connects I-10 up to Austin. That's usually when I go up to Austin on business, that's the road I take. And he used to have these solar arrays and stuff out there. And one time we stopped and we did a story for him. And if you dig down on HomeShowRadio,
I remember
that. Find that video. Well, when we were done, he was proud as all get out of this house of his he had. He says that was completely, thermally insulated with foam on all 6 sides. And you walked in there, and as soon as you walked in, Tom, you could feel that humidity. You could feel the dampness of the air not transferring out of the house. And
yeah, it's actually called latent heat as opposed to sensible heat. And that's that feel your body will start to get. That's why your air conditioning system, about 30% or so is dehumidification. You've got to pull the water out of the air or it becomes just uncomfortable.
Hey, I don't want to forget, by the way, if you're in the Houston area and you want your chimney worked on, your fireplace, you find Lord's
Lord's
one
Chimney,
of our home show
you bet.
pros, and they're right there
Yeah.
on our website. Of course, if you want to get a question answered, you go to the same place, click on the blue Ask Tom button, and it'll open up this form. It is a cornucopia of clicking opportunities for you, and then we'll answer your question, and we'll post them right here like we do every day on YouTube and, of course, at HomeShowRadio.com.